Hello my beautiful friends, thank you so much for tuning in. So in today's video I'm going to do a late night plan with me. It is my first unit planning session that I have here, so I hope you enjoy this video. At the end of the video, don't forget to give me a thumbs up. I'm going to just show you what I do, my process, and so I hope you enjoy. Let's go. Okay, you guys, so the first thing I do is get my planner out and all my resources, and I start adding the start date of my unit to my planner. So I start planning the lessons out for the next month and a half. It usually does take me about a month and a half, depending. Of course, it is an erasable pen for a reason. I do have to adjust depending on life when things happen. But for the most part, I just do 4 lessons a week. And sometimes we make up lessons on a Friday depending on the week. And so this unit should take me well into April because I do have a vacation coming up in March. So I'm planning for that as well. And I do plan very simply. I don't add any lesson plans or anything like that to my planner. The next thing I do is get my teacher's guide, and this was printed by Familyness Printing. I just posted a video about them and I did a review on their company, so I'm going to link that down below. So the next thing I do is go over the book list recommendation. I like to look to see if my library, if I have any books that are in the list in my own library. So I already have a few there that you've seen. I will show you them in a minute. And there is a lot of books in this list, but I don't ever read them all. So I just pick a few to read. And I think that the curriculum is not intended for you to read all of them as well. It's just to pick and choose from the ones you want. So that's what I do. I pick and choose the ones that I want to read with my boys. And so these are the ones that I have found in my home library. I have a Corrie ten Boom that I plan to read for myself. And I have one that I'm going to be ordering for JL that is a little different than mine's, so that we can read it together. That'll be a good thing to do with him. Then one of the books suggested is 10 Apples on Top. So I have that one. We're going to be reading The Little Writers as well. And I can't wait to read this one. We're going to be reading Heidi. I love this book. I've had it for years and now I finally get to read it. I love that it has black and white images, but it also has colorful images and is really nicely printed with large letters and all. And I also love the story behind it. And my name, of course, has always been affiliated with this story. We also have the story of Ferdinand for Spain. And I also have Madeline for Paris. So I have these books already ready to read with my boys. And the next step I take is going to the library website and order the rest of the books that I want to read. And what I like to do is pick at least 6 books for each level. And for JL, who's my oldest, I do like to pick readers for him to do independently. But I do like to pick from each level a few books and then read them throughout the units. We have a good time that we read together every day, about 20 minutes together. We do read alouds. And so this is a time that I get to read all these books. And I love picking books that are specific to the country. So if I find one that says Germany on it or Holland, those are the ones that I pick first so that I have a book to read the day that we're doing that country. Okay, and the next step is I like to create boards on Pinterest so that I have all my activities already in a board ready. So I've done this already. I planned this before I started this video. These are the things that I have picked already for our Europe unit. And I do keep adding throughout the month when I find something else that I want to do. So there's very little in this Pinterest board right now. But I love doing craft and activities with the boys, so I definitely use Pinterest for that. And now it's time to look through the boys' journals. I do get a lot of ideas here when I look through their journals and I see what they're going to be doing, their activities, and so forth. And so I get my planner and I start writing ideas. And one of the things that I noticed is they're going to be doing letters and postcards. And so I jot down that I need to get stamps because I do want them to participate and mail these out to friends and family. And I also can have them send some postcards to some of the kids that are doing this unit alongside of us. There are moms on the Gather Around app that are already looking for pen pals. So I think this will be a great opportunity for them to write and get to know someone else that lives somewhere else. Another thing I noticed here is that the book for Heidi is discussed in lesson 7. So I just jot down read Heidi by lesson 7 or during lesson 7. That's another thing that I like to look through to see when the books are being discussed. And I also like to look through the activity breaks that they have throughout the units so that we have all the materials that we need and we don't miss out on that fun activity. Okay, you guys, so now I'm going to take you through my process and how I set up my little homeschool corner over here with my blackboard. This is a blackboard that my husband made for me, and I could not use it in the beginning of the year for a few reasons, but now I started using it again. So I'm so excited. We used it for space, and now we're going to use it for Europe. And so I love it because it gives my boys a nice visual, a nice introduction to the unit, and they really enjoy it. So I like to look online for ideas, and I decided to do a globe, and I'm not an artist, so I'm just going to take you through my process here and see what kind of drawing I come up with. Okay, this is a much better view for you guys, and this takes me about, I would say, half an hour to 40 minutes to do. Sometimes I start with an idea and then I erase it, but so far it looks pretty good, and then I kind of just perfect it and show you the end product. So it does take me a little while to kind of figure out what I'm gonna do, but I think it turned out really well. This is how it turned out, you guys. I had to put away the camera so that I can focus. And so I love it. It's very simple. It's very me. It says, we are going to Europe and eat lots of good food. I'm so excited to do this with my boys, and I cannot wait. And lastly, what I love to do is buy a few things as incentives and fun activities for the boys from Amazon. So I got them these Russian nesting dolls so we can paint ourselves. They're gonna love that. I got them some French candy for incentive. I also got a Europe puzzle that's coming. And I also got some modeling clay because I think we're going to do some great sculptures. And a book on Russia while we wait for our library books. And that's it, you guys. This is what my little homeschool corner looks like. If you want to see more on my homeschool caddy here, let me know in the comments down below. And thank you so much for watching.